Hi, hello, good afternoon. It's Pip here. It is Moody Monday. It's 12:30, just about, near enough. You'll see my face. Woo, it's a bit scary. Sorry about that if you're having your lunch and I've interrupted you. But yeah, I just thought I would just pop on and say hi because I haven't actually done a proper hi, hello. And we've got a lot of new followers who have joined and liked and followed my page. So I thought you should know who you're following. So it's me, Pip. Nice to meet everybody. And I will flick over so that you can get on and we can get on with the exciting stuff. But yes, I've got a buzzard or a red kite flying above our house today. All very exciting things. The things I get distracted by when the window's open and the blinds up. Hi Carol, afternoon. Hello everybody. Okay, so I'm going to flip over so you don't have to look at this and you can have a look at what we're doing. Alrighty, so, I've got two very large birds out there. Right, let's do this. So this is what we're going to be playing with today. Hi Bev, nice to see you too. I have a new little prop to help me today. Look, it's my crown. It's my chalkboard crown, which I used to take out and have at events, but obviously we're not having events anymore at the moment. So I dusted it off and I've decided I'm going to use it as my reminder board. Okay, so first thing to remember is this is what we're talking about today. So I've got the number and the information about that. Second note is that our October retreat, just based on the amount of feedback I had, people were not happy to do it in person, or not as many people were happy to do it in person. So I have switched it out with the agreement of the hotel, and they've moved the money from the deposits, etc., to next year, and this is now going to be online. Okay, so it's going to be online, and you can go and register at or book a class with me. If you go to my queenpipcards.com, book a class, and you can book in and register for this, and then I'll be in touch about payment, etc. So it's good for new people, but only if you have access to card making stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put that out there straight away. You have to have things like a die cutting machine, you have to have adhesives, you have to have inks. The stamps and dies and all the cardstock and paper and everything else all comes in your goodie bag, but you need to have the essentials. So you need adhesives, you need ink pads, you need scrubs, you need a stamping, cut and emboss machine, you need all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so it's not for very new card makers, but if you have started and you've got yourself an embossing, a cut and embossing machine, or you're looking to get one in time for the October retreat, then this is the thing for you. I have to have everybody booked in by the 20th of September because then I am going to be placing my orders, making sure that all the products and everything are available, and then I'll be shipping them out. Okay, so hi Lisa Jane. Oh, I'm glad you managed to catch me live too. That's really cool. So yes, so there's 2 weekends to choose from, the 17th, 18th or the 24th, 25th of October. Your classes, your whole kit and caboodle will ship the week before. If I'm very organised, this week's might even ship before this week, so we get it all out in one hit. I don't know, depends on me and packing and ability to store everything. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. It will then ship out to you. I have all my retreats, I spoil you. Pillow gifts, I've already got pillow gifts in. I've overbought because I know that I'll probably pick up a few extra people, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, so we have pillar gifts, we have exclusive bags for the event, all amazing things, all that come as part of your goodie bag. Okay, so that's the October retreat, but that's for people who have been crafting a while or know that this is what they really want to do. If you're not in that boat, then ignore this and let's focus on what I'm doing today. And then this is my host code for the month of November. November? No, we're not in November. This is my host code for the month of September. So if you place an online order, remember to use that. And I will always send you a thank you gift, but also I will send you a share of the host rewards if your order's over £25. Okay, so I think that covers everything. And then I can put my little crown up there and it's not in the way and it's all whatever. So Today we're looking at this, which is the Joy of Sharing, all-inclusive card kit. So this is great for somebody who's got photographs who likes to send them out, but you can also make them without the photographs and they still look amazing. So I want to show you how I would do that. Okay, so this kit includes all the stuff you need. So you get a stamp set, you get all of the bits and pieces. Look at that, all that's not brown, that's actually gold foil. Okay, so you get all of that, your envelopes, all your embellishments that go with it, everything that you could possibly need you get in this kit, along with where are we? Here we go. I'm just trying to get all this over to you. Your stamps, your glue dots, you get a block, so if you don't even have a stamping block yet, you get one of those. You get your foam pads, dimensionals, you know I like those. This will be packed for normal usage rather than Pip's usage, so you know you might want to add an extra pack of those if you like to have no soggy middles like me. And then a little ink spot. This is a Mossy Meadow ink spot. It's £33, but you obviously get all of these, and it's like a mini stamp set. So it's got Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, a little pine cone, some leaves, some berries, to you and yours, and then a long sentiment here which says, wishing you a season filled with the special warmth of friendship, the precious joy of sharing, and the wonderful blessings of happiness. I like that because it's not really religious, if you know what I mean. It's just about friendship and happiness and having a special season. So I kind of like that because it doesn't have to be Christmassy. Obviously it's around that time, but not everyone is religious, so I like that. And then that comes all in for £33, which I think is a bargain. It does tell you the other colours that it coordinates with. So it coordinates with Bumblebee, Early Espresso, Gold Foil, Granny Apple Green, Mossy Meadow, Real Red and Soft Suede. So you could obviously add extra bits. Hi, good afternoon, Margaret. You can add extra bits if you want to, but I thought I would show some of this. Now I'm going to put on a special craft along. So if I've got any new card makers who've just started following my page and you don't know anything about stamping and you would like to know like how you even start putting your kits together, etc. First of all, this video would be quite nice for you, but I'm also going to start a craft along for those of you who are new and purchase a kit through me. So I'll just run them every month and we'll see how we go, depending on how many people want to buy a kit and come along and craft with me. So it won't cost you anything if you buy the kit from me. It's like a free class. I haven't decided when, but it might be an evening. Might be a Thursday evening. So there you go. Have a think about that. Right, so let's get on with it then. I hope everybody's all right and had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. Made lots of food, which is always good for me. So where can I put that so it's not going to shine too much? That'll be fine. I did, what did I make? I made 3 chicken casseroles, 3 pork casseroles, 1 pork stir fry, 3 chicken casseroles, and 2 roasted veggie dishes. So yeah, it was a good weekend. So that kept me very busy. But in amongst all of that, I did actually manage to admire Sean's painting of his. He's painted some of the pots on the patio. I will show you some pictures of that. If you're on my treats on Tuesday, you'll get those. You'll see those tomorrow. Otherwise, I will show you them when they are done. I'm just going to put those up there because they're a little bit shiny, so I don't want you to get too whatever. Okay, so we've got these beautiful frames, okay, which I've pulled the middle out of a couple of them. Let's see. I think they're all the same. I'm just going to double check to see if they're all the same, but I think so. Photo card, vertical card. Okay, what's the difference? What is the difference, she says. I don't know, because they look all the same. Let's see. These are the bits you're left behind with. Hello, Jan. I know, I do it every so often. I have a big cook up, yes. These are nice. These are bits of gold foil stuff. Well, we know we're not going to waste those, don't we? Right? So I think they're all like exactly the same. Yes, they are. Okay, so you got 15 of these things. So let's go. Now, I could only manage to find one photograph of me and Sean, which is a bit abysmal, really. I probably need to take a few more pictures of us, but I've got some Christmas ones somewhere, but can I find them? Can I heck? So I'm going to do, there's 4. Why is there 15 cards when there's 4 designs? I'm confused. Maybe you can just do, maybe you can just do one or the other. Oh, I see. That's clever. See? You learn a lot when you do it, when you watch these things and actually start putting these kits together. Looks like you can do one or the other or a mixture of both. So that's nice. So yeah, so well, I'm going to do, let's do 3 then. I don't know. I'll just keep going, but let's do at least one to start off with. So I did manage to find one picture though, which I thought might sort of fit. It kind of was in the right, it's not a Christmas picture, but it's one of my favourite pictures of us from the Alaska trip we did a couple of years ago. My hair was pink then too, and a bit flurry. This is going in or coming out of Skagway, which we really liked, Skagway. So I think that's Skagway. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I thought it was. We'll see. Anyway, but I'm going to say it's Skagway because that was our favourite stop of the trip. Okay, so we're going to try and see how we put this together with a photograph. Okay, so the first thing is you're going to get your card bases. Nice thick card bases, good ones, we like that. So this is going to need to go down there. Now the kit just comes with glue dots. Okay, so, and it comes with instructions like this. So it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you find your instructions, and it says step 1 here, season's greeting, stamp in mossy meadow. 2, adhere using stamping dimensionals. That is your poinsettia flowers and your top bit. 3, adhere using adhesive dots. So that is your gold frame and whatever. And 4, adhere adhesive backed glitter dots. Oh yeah, I forgot we got glitter dots. Lots and lots of glittery dots. See those? Can you see those? Look at that, lots of glitter dots there. I like those. So that's what we need to do. So according to this, we should be able to stick it down with our adhesive dots. Now, yeah, we probably can actually. There's probably quite a lot. Now, some people struggle with these, but I find the easiest thing to do is just flick it. Flick the top off, and it'll come off. So if you turn it over and flick the top off, it comes off. Turn it over and stick. If you're a new crafter, you should have a pair of scissors. Hopefully you've got a pair of scissors that's as good as our pair of scissors. If not, you might need to get one of those. But this is also useful. You can kind of lift from underneath with your scissors, stick it on your scissors, and then pop it down. Now, if you're a seasoned crafter, like us, we'll have a take your pick tool, okay, which is a nifty little gizmo, which has got lots of useful ends on it, including sticky tool, like pokey tools like this. So you can do the same sort of thing. So that's a good way of doing that. You can then use the same pokey end or your scissors to try and flick off the top piece, okay? It does come off, I assure you. And then you have to just sort of flick it away. And these glue dots mean that you don't need to buy any glue. And sometimes new crafters find using our glue a little bit tricky because it's repositionable. So what do I mean by that? It basically means that you can stick it down, and anything that's not adhered to it immediately will remain sticky forevermore, okay, unless you put something like talcum powder on it. Okay, so it's not if it bonds with something immediately, then it becomes a permanent adhesive glue. But if it doesn't, if you leave it open to the air, it becomes a repositionable glue. Okay, so I've used 4 glue dots and I've stuck my photograph down. How many of these have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, so you have 1 strip to do your glue dot sticking. Okay, are these sticky or are these not sticky? Not sticky. Okay, so you just need to be aware of how many you're using of these. in terms of sticking your cards down. Now I'm a little bit more over this way than that, so I'm having to switch this over. In the photo on the instructions, it's this way round. Okay, but if I did it that way around with my photo, you'd miss, well, maybe hiding my chin might not be such a bad idea, but I just think it looks better if I do it this way around. Do you see? So you don't have to follow exactly, you can do it depending on what your photo looks like. Now, I think I would probably recommend, if you didn't want to panic about not having enough glue dots, that either you buy some glue or you buy some glue dots. So you've got some extra things, but you do have enough to stick one on each of your photographs corners, one on each of these corners, and then I'd put one probably in the middle. Okay, so you have got enough, but you don't have enough to go down the sides if you're doing all of them with photographs. Now if you're not doing all of them with photographs, of course, then that's a different thing, because then you've got I don't know how many you need for that yet, because I haven't tried it out, so we'll give that a go. So again, lift off your sticky bits. There we go. I do like the fact that they're now including glue dots though, and all those kind of things, because I live by glue. I love my glue. I love my glue, but I love my glue dots as well. And for something like this, I would probably use glue dots, because you don't want the gold. If you use a wet glue behind gold foil, it leaves lines, it leaves marks on the gold foil. So you would make it look funny if you stuck it down with glue. So I would always use either glue dots or seal. And seal's a little bit fat for that, a little bit thick. Okay, you with me so far? Hopefully you're all with me so far. So now we're going to pop this down. Try and get it straight, Pip. That's pretty good. Good thing about just using glue dots is that you have got a little bit of, you can kind of put it down and it doesn't stick straight away until you actually sort of do that. There we go. Now I guess you could use the glue dots to hold your photograph and your frame in place, but you'd have to be very good at doing your positioning for that. So I think it's best if you do it like that. All right, so that's used one row of glue dots for our first card. Now I'm gonna have to change this up again because on here they've got this lovely family scene where there's nothing down here. Well, down here's my face, so we need to change that a little bit. So whilst normally we would put a lovely poinsettia over my head, which Sean may say is an improvement, I don't know. We get all of these, so we've got 3 different sizes. I'm thinking this is a big one. Yeah, that's a big one. See, I can't put that over there, can I? That's just silly. Now let's have a look at the other, because the other one turns it the other way round and uses this sort of pine coney thing. So let's have a look at the pine coney thing and see whether that works. So you don't have to always follow them exactly. You could change them up and do, see, that's not so bad then, is it? That's okay. It's okay. Down there. And then the other side has a, oh, hang on, maybe that's up there. That's up there maybe. And then it's a pine cone, a little pine cone like this down the other side. Well, that's not going to work, is it? So see, that's not really the kind of thing that you want to do there. So, but we could switch this over and we'll do this here like so, and then we could do that up there. That would kind of work. And then I think the sentiment comes out from there, so that would have the sentiment going across there. Now that's if you want to hide the gold, but you might not want to hide the gold. I quite like the gold. I'd quite like the gold to be showing. So I'm sort of thinking I might put my pine cone here-ish. What do we think? And then I'll put my, and I want to do this because not everyone's going to have pictures that are exactly correct when they get the kit, and then you need to know what you can do with them. So I could either do that. I think I'm still a bit too low with my images. I think it's almost like the sentiment needs to go over there And then these need to go sort of here-ish. I quite like the little one for this. Like so, don't you think? What do you think? I think if we had this sort of sentiment up here in one of these, that might look better. I can kind of see why it needs something with it though. Maybe a smaller little poinsettia would do. I'm rearranging the entire kit now, but that's again possible to do. That's also possible. How about this? It almost wants to be, aha, that way round, like so. What do we think? That way round there, maybe. Probably wasn't my best selection of photograph, but it's one I would like. I mean, I would send this definitely to somebody. I think, do we have different sizes of these? I thought they were all the same size. They're all the same size, aren't they? Yes. So this one allegedly, oh, I see. They've put it behind this. Oh, that's sneaky. Okay. But I can't put it behind this up here because that'll get stuck on Sean's head. No, maybe not. Okay, so I could put that in there like that. Okay. We could put this over here like that. We could put this over here like that. That might work. What do we think? Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be leave the gold as it is and slide it underneath here, which is another possibility. Could slide it underneath, but it kind of comes over a little bit too far here. So I think we're going to go with that one. So because we're tucking it behind, let's not worry about any glue dots behind there. Okay. But I'm going to have to use a glue dot from the next layer down for this one, but that's okay. We'll pop a couple on here. One there and one there, because I'm not going to do any more with photographs, so I won't need the 4 for the photographs on the next card. Like so. Whip the tops off. See, because not all of us have these amazing photographs taken by studio photographers as we're tobogganing in the snow, right? We don't have those, do we? I don't have those. If you have them, good on you. I'm very impressed, and I hope you have a fantastic Christmas card with all your wonderful tobogganing on the snow showing. But I don't have any of those. So I have to kind of go off-piste, as it were. Okay. Oh, now these ones go with dimensionals. So we've got our dimensionals. There we go. And I'm going to put this way, up there. So 1 and 2, remembering this is just for up here, so it's going to be fine. I think. Ooh, I should have come down a little bit. Can I get it off? Can I get it off? Yay, I can get it off. Bring it down a smidge. There we go. Just don't want it sticking too far over. Okay, now I need to do some stamping. So if you have one of the kits, you're going to get an ink spot like this. You will need either a sharp knife or a pair of scissors, and you just run it along the edge here where the item number is. Okay, and then turn it over, and I run mine along both sides. I don't like the lid flapping around. That's just me. You can have it with just one side release, and then you can pull it off. Now on your little block that you get, you have your stamps, and for this one I want to say Merry Christmas. It says season's greetings on the thingy, but I'm not taking any notice of that because I can. So I'm going to do Merry Christmas, and I'm using the block that comes in the kit because I like to know, you know, what my customers get when they have a kit. So turn your stamp, this time turn the block upside down, and that's mainly because it's a thinner block and it's got a little spot of ink. So we're going to do that. We're going to stamp this on here. Merry Christmas. Lovely. Is that straight? Yeah, not bad. Okay, and then pop your lid on so you don't get glue everywhere. And then we'll use dimensionals again, just under where the Merry Christmas is. So Now you are getting 100 dimensionals in one sheet, so you should be fine using a few. Okay, pop that down on there like so. And for the first time ever, I have a Christmas card with our photograph on it. Look at that. I've never done one like that before. So there we are. They're cool, aren't they? Don't think that's come out that bad. What do you reckon? Thumbs up, thumbs down? And of course it's all shiny and it's going to be a heck to photograph that. But I think it's nice. It's not a bad thing to do that if you like to send, especially if you've got new kids and you've been in lockdown and you've got a new grandchild or something like that, and you want to share, and you finally managed to meet them and you want to share a photograph of that with all your friends. What a great way of doing that at Christmas time. Then adding some of those, don't you think? Now it does say that I can add some glitter dots to this, so it's like, okay, we can add some glitter dots. Let's add some glitter over here. Not that it kind of matches, but we'll go with it. And then a few over here as well. Some glitter coming up here, just to make it a bit more Christmassy. There we go. And always make it 5, always, because 3 is an odd number, so is 5, and we like odd numbers. They make it look pretty. Hi Sheila, just joined, couldn't find you. I'm always here, always here. If you click on the little notify when Pip goes live button at the top, it will tell you when I go live. Hi Jane, looking good, thank you. Hi Tracy. Excellent. I hope I haven't missed anybody while I have been trying to keep an eye. So that's my very first photograph Christmas card, which I quite like. But let's see what else we can do with these, because we have all the other options. So we have a few with these massive big labels. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. And then I'm going to show you one which doesn't use a photograph but still uses this label. So it's the design that it would have been had we had a photograph in it, just because, you know, you might not want to put a photograph in it. That's fair enough. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so as I said, if we've got any newbies out there, oh, you've had updates on Friday and you can't find anything. Oh yeah, that's annoying, Sheila, isn't it? Now, if you're a newbie, you won't have anything to clean these with. I recommend a baby wipe if you have one. If you haven't got our chamois. Our chamois or our scrub are the best things to work with. My chamois is actually now stashed away, ready for my very first in-person event tomorrow, where I'm going to be meeting up with some lovely networking ladies and gents. And they're all going to be making a card. They're all going to be making so yes, it's going to be interesting. All trying to do a crafting thing without any ability to share any items is going to be fun. So I've made them all their own little thing, and I've pre-glued everything, and I've pre-done everything. It's all going to be fine, but there's no stamping involved, obviously, because we can't do any stamping. So that'll be interesting. Sheila says, what is the set you are using? It is Joy of Sharing. It's an all-inclusive card kit. And I'm just sharing it because we've got quite a lot of new people on here. Lots of people are crafters, but we might have some new people who've never done any card making before. And even if you are a crafter, sometimes the joy of a kit is you don't have to think. You can just pop it on and know that it works. And I like that. Okay, questions I've had previously about things that come in kits. Let's have a look. Biggest question, I think, or first question I get is, what's the difference in size between this spot and a real ink pad? So here is an ink spot and here is an ink pad. So it's approximately, what, 1/2, a sixth of the size. And these are made with felt. Okay, so they're little felt blocks. But these ones are made with foam. Sheila loves kits. Yes, I know you do, honey. So these are made with foam. I don't know if you can see the difference, but this is kind of foamy. It's just a very smooth surface. Whereas if you look really closely at this one, you can tell just about that it's not quite so smooth. Does that make sense? There, you can just about see that there, I think. It's not quite so smooth. So that's the difference really between the two. All of our big ones come like this. Okay. So, but the one in the kit's perfectly, you know, fine for doing what you're doing. All of the spots in the kits are good, but I do recommend that you ink them up like this. There we go. Now this is a big stamp. Okay. So when we are stamping, we always like to make sure that we can see all the ink on every piece when we're doing that. And then I always do the breathing in, breathing out method of stamping. So I take a breath in, and then as I stamp or I'm about to put it down, I breathe out. Because I find that that makes me less tense when I'm stamping. I'm automatically relaxing, and it means that I generally get a better stamped impression. So that worked. It came out nice, didn't it? And the only bit that I tried to line up was the happiness at the end. Don't try and line all of it up. Just try and pick your eye on one spot and try and line that up. Because if you try and look at all of it, generally you won't get it straight. It'll be a bit tricky. So I breathe in and I breathe out. And I think that should be okay. Might be a little bit squiffy, that one. Yeah, just a smidge. But it's okay. It's close enough. So, as I say, if you don't have a scrub, then this would be the time to clean it. You can do a couple at a time. But if you're then switching over and changing to other greetings, then you'll want to obviously clean it before you, otherwise you'll get inky fingers. So clean it off, peel it off, put it back where it came from. If you put it anywhere else, I can guarantee you'll lose it, especially the little ones. Right, so let's try a season's greetings for this one. There we go. And you can add things, like we've got season's greetings, but we've also got to you and yours. So you could do a season's greetings to you and yours, because it would fit on. So we might try that in a minute. It is a lovely script, Jan, isn't it? It's really pretty. Really pretty. Oh, this one is going to be a little bit that way, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it is. It's just, it's a nice bouncy font. I call them bouncy, but scripty. Scripty, it's a good word. So yes, it's, I think it's just a lovely little stamp set. And of course you can go on and use it afterwards, which is the great thing. And it's got these little, it's got ferns, as I say, in a little pine cone. So if you ran out of the embellishments and you wanted to just put something, you could put some little sprigs on the side of your things. You could actually stamp, if you didn't want to stamp the words, you could actually grab another ink pad, stamp some cones with some sprigs coming out of the side of it. That would also be really pretty. So there's lots of things you can do with this kit. It's not just what it seems on the tin. However, what it says on the tin is actually really quite pretty. So let's do this one. This one goes like this. Takes one of these, puts this on this way, and then with this one we're going to put some pine cones in, and we're going to put this in the center. So this becomes like just a border around that. And you'll end up with a mountain of rubber and cling stamps all clinging to each other. Yes, don't do that, Sheila. Put them away. The most important thing you can do is put your stamps back where they came from. Honestly, if you can learn to do that, it will really help you in your stamping and in your craft making. You won't get half as frustrated for a start, because there's nothing worse than losing something just when you need it, as we know. Okay, so here we go with this one. I like the fact that these card bases, they're not plain, they're mottled. Just, you see what I mean? They've got almost like a wash going over them. Pretty. All right. So, oh, I've left a few bits in. So if you find a few bits that are left in, just pop them out with your fingers or the end of your scissors or your pokey tool, whichever you have. And then we're back to the glue dots again. So bearing in mind I've used some on another thing, and this isn't having to hold anything in place, so actually I could probably get away with a few less glue dots. Goes against my grain to use less. I'd like to use a lot of dots. However, you could probably get away with it, but you don't necessarily need to, because the rest of the stuff's being put on with dimensionals, so that's okay. I'll put one there, and we'll put one just there. There we go. And then again, lift the top off, and they do lift off if you have your pokey tool to hand. There we go. So yeah, so I'm now getting into my Christmas crafting, okay, because I've done all my retreat designs, and that always sets me up for Christmas. So all the retreat stuff's done. I've just got to do the pillow gifts and the prizes, surprises, little treaty things. So that needs doing. And then after that, it's just the ordering, prepping and packing, which is great fun. So retreat always gets me in mood for Christmas, obviously, because it's a Christmas retreat. But it makes me happy. I love Christmas. Just because, I think really just because it's an excuse to use glitter. And who doesn't love a bit of glitter and a bit of bling, you know, a bit of gold foiling or some glitter dots like these, you know, I mean, it's just pretty. I think it was my excuse to get into card making in the first place, really, to use something that was just pretty. I'm drinking my tea because it's going cold, so I'm just having another guzzle of that. Sing amongst yourselves for a moment. Right, so now we're going to pop some of these on. Now this time it says use number 2 for those. Okay, yeah, I think that's okay. Yep, no, that's fine. We know what we're doing. Right, so these ones are going to be, where did I put that other? See, Sheila, then it gets like this for you. You've lost a pine cone. There we go. There's a pine cone. So we're going to have a pine cone coming down like so. And then 2 big pine cones like this. 3 big pine cones rather, like this, coming in behind this goldy one here, like so. We've got a strip of this coming across the middle, like this, with that going across there, like that. Okay, so that's what we're aiming for. So, is this all up on dimensionals? Yeah, 2, I think so. What does 2 say? 2 says dimensionals, I think. Yes, marvellous. We like a bit of lift. Excellent. So dimensionals, here we go. Draw up the drawbridge, eat what you like. I love Christmas tree too. Okay, I have no idea what you're going on about, Sheila, but I like the fact that you like Christmas too, so that's good. Okay, here we go. That must be a saying that is before my time. I'm just saying. Now I'm going actually I'm not that frugal with these. Right, so this needs to go this way around with the 2 bits sticking out there, the little red bit sticking there, that going in there. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, like so, because we don't worry about those 2 sticking over the edges there. That should be right. There we are. That's going approximately in there, like so. Then now we don't need to have this with a dimensional on this side because it's already attached to it's going to sit on top of that and on that. So we start in the middle, work out roughly where we're going to be putting our other dimensional, which will be about here. Probably fit another one on there. I'm only doing that because it's going to have the sentiment sitting over the top of it. So I feel like I'm talking a little bit to myself today. Are we all eating our lunch and having a nice time? Is that what it is? That's about right. I think it could come over a little bit. There we go. Or are you all just being very quiet on me? Okay. And then this is going to sit on top of here. And again, we don't need dimensionals here because it's already on top of dimensionals. Though actually it's a bit, yeah, we need to put one under there. Okay, so if you find a soggy bit, because I haven't put one underneath I haven't put one underneath this part of the thing, so I'm just going to pop one underneath there. You don't even have to take the backing off, it just has to be there, and then it helps to keep that raised. There we go. So I'm just going to put a couple across there and a couple down there. Hey, Sharon's on. How did it go, Sharon? You need to let us know how everything went. You had your first class after getting your fantastic qualifications. Oh, no, did I go that? No, I went to see, that one needs to come off. Pop it over this side. Sharon's been studying for what seems to be like years. I'm sure it isn't. That one's too far over. So maybe we just have those then. Yeah, maybe just those actually. Okay, cool. Okay. It's a bit of a shame to cover the lovely gold outline and corners up. Yes, I know, Jane, it is. Oh, and Sue's on as well. Hi, Sue. You're here at last. Good. Yes, Jane, I do know what you mean about covering up the gold corners, which is why I think you could do it at the other edges if you wanted to. Is that straight? Oh, no, that's not straight. That's dropped. That's up. That's straight. So yes, I think you could switch this round if you wanted to and have it on the other corners. But you know, I'm just following along at the moment. It's different sizes. I don't know. They all look the same size to me, but on the picture it looks like there's different. Oh, there are. There's mini ones. Look, mini. Okay, I've got those round the wrong way. Let's put some mini ones over here. Yeah, I'm just sort of following along at this point just to see what it's like. But I agree. I think it is a shame to cover up those nice gold things, framey bits. Gold things, technical term. Framey bits. There we go. Right, so that's card number 2. That's pretty good, isn't it? And you know, I am going to put this up on YouTube, so we might even be getting some new crafters up on YouTube who have just put in, how do I make some of my first Christmas cards? Well, here's a good way. These are pretty. They're nice, look all shiny, shiny, shiny and glittery. So we've got a mixture of shiny and glittery. So now we have our one with the photograph in, one without the photograph in. Nice. And then let's do one vertically. Okay, because we haven't used the poinsettias yet, so let's do this one. And we'll do this one. Now, see what we could do. This one is not going to cover up quite so much, I don't think, of this shiny. Because it is pretty, isn't it? It's really lovely. Or you could just, you could put it here, but you could put the flowers on this side. It's, you know, it's entirely up to you. Let's do another one here. And I do think, even if you're an avid crafter like me, well, actually, I don't know if am I an avid crafter? I think I'm an avid crafter in the fact that I craft every day, pretty much, most days, sometimes more than once. But I'm not sure that I'm an avid in the sense that I like lots and lots and lots of layers, and I like cards that are simple to make, simply stylish cards. That's me, quick and easy. I don't like to spend an awful long time over cards, so I don't really class myself as like an avid crafter, because to me that springs to mind people who take forever over one card, and that's not a bad thing. If that's you, that's great, because you obviously enjoy what you're doing, and that's good. But even when I was working full-time for a corporate company, I didn't have a lot of time to craft. And these days I'm always designing for card classes and stuff, so I might take all afternoon to make a class, make like a whole set of cards. but I'm still not spending like a whole afternoon on one card. Sometimes my retreat stuff takes a little bit longer, but not massively. You know, even my retreat stuff, which can be quite involved, I can probably do in an afternoon, some of them. Because I have to, because the class is an afternoon long, so it has to sort of fit within an afternoon's crafting. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you count yourselves as? Do you think you're avid? Or do you think you're more simply style? Or more creative? Or more casual, that you just craft when you need it or when you want to do a bit? Sheila's been making up poinsettias while I've been on. That's good. She's done 5. That's nice. Hey, Pam, all the way from the States. Hello. Nice to see you. We're just debating whether we're casual, avid or simple stampers. I mean, I would say that I craft all the time, but I think my style is simple. This is probably as complicated as me. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? And Claire's joined us as well. Hello. I don't know. I don't like putting people in boxes very much, to be honest, because I don't think I am in a box. I think I'm a little bit different, obviously, because I think everyone's a bit different, you know. But I do think that some people are more geared towards a certain style. Hey, Janice, how are you? You found me. That's lovely. And you said hello, which is nice. I don't know. What do you think? What are you? Do you craft every day? There's a simple answer question. Do you craft every day? Or are you more kind of a as and when it's needed, or as and when you can get a chance? That's the other option, because I know not everyone has the option to do it every day, because you just don't have the ability to do it every day because of family commitments or work commitments or, you know, social commitments, although I didn't have quite so many of those recently, but I don't know. Hey, Deborah, she's made it. Wow, I bet that was a quick rush back from school. Okay. So Suzanne just loves creating. Pam says she can't do every day, but she spends her weekends. Yes, I think a lot of people do weekends too, don't they? Weekends tend to be something that quite a lot of people try to get to. Hey Claire, how are you? We're just you craft every day and go to all. Yeah, Sheila does everything. But Sheila, you're retired, so that's a good thing for you. You're lucky enough to do that. But sometimes it's hard to get that time away, isn't it? You know, they're nice, aren't they? I like these. I'm enjoying the poinsettias. Hi, Brenda. It's just I think what you have a chance to do, and I think if you can make it more of your life, I think it will make you happier because you have a bit more me time. And I do feel it's sort of my passion to make women have more me time. That's because, you know, I've done the whole big corporate work your socks off, do the whole work 24 hours a day thing, you know, if they'll because they'll let you if you let them, you know. I've done all that, and I'm getting carried away with my thingies again. And it was really only card making that gave me any me time at that point. Because so when your son and husband monopolise the telly, you go to your study and craft. That's a great one. I like that. One day, Pam, I would love for you to come and see me so that we can craft together. That would just be amazing. We could do penguins. But yeah, I think it's so important to have that time away for yourself. And we all think it's selfish. We think we should be doing something else. I hate that word. We should be doing the washing up. We should be doing the cooking. We should be doing the cleaning. We should be helping the kids with this, that and the other. We should be doing whatever. But, you know, we should also be taking time for ourselves, because if we don't look after ourselves, no one else is going to look after the family. Because if we can't look after ourselves, then we're not in a good state. It's like I did my St John's ambulance first aid course, and the Red Cross one actually as well, when I was working and they wanted me to do some stuff. Now, where's this one going? To make sure that they had enough first aiders in at work. And one of the things that really struck me about the first aid, that's a really strange place to put a dimensional pip, was the fact that the most important thing they say is you have to make sure yourself is safe before you can help anybody else. So never ever put yourself in a situation where you're putting yourself in danger when you're trying to help somebody else, because actually you won't help them and you'll just be making another person for the ambulance crew to sort out and look after. And it's much more important for you to be safe so that you can get help the person, do this, that and the other. And that really is something that you that if you take that into the rest of your life and you do it in a different way. So what can you do to make yourself feel better? What can you do to make yourself feel sane some days? Just some days, right? Just to give yourself that break and that breather and that kind of stress-free thing to do means that you go back into the rest and help save the rest of the world and save all your other people in your life with a much calmer head on your shoulders. So that's why I kind of take that into the rest of my being, really. So, you know, and I think quite a lot of people know the history with my sister and the fact that I lost her very young, and it certainly made me think that actually there is more to this life than, you know, working and working and working and working. We have to look after ourselves, and it's a duty to look after our friends and family, because she hasn't got the chance to do that anymore. So, you know, it's important to me that other people feel like they have that I can give other people some special time. Wow, that got really heavy really fast. I didn't mean for it to be that. Okay, so yes, and exactly, Sheila, as you said, through lockdown, it's been important because you would have been stir crazy if you hadn't had your crafting. And I think a lot of crafters feel that way. And a lot of people have actually started card making in lockdown. And it's been great for their mental health and well-being, because they can actually do something that has that is different, you know, that they've not done before, because maybe they didn't have time to do it before. Okay, so this one I'm going off-piste, okay? Don't tell me off. I'm going to try something a bit different, because this one's supposed to be with the photograph in, okay? And I don't have that. And I like Jane's suggestion that we shouldn't be putting too much over this gold, because I like the gold. The gold is lovely. I do find sometimes it has a little bit of a sheen to it, so you just need to rub your finger over it a bit. It's just from the printing and the cutting, I think. The whatever they put like a talcum powder or something in the cutting or something. I don't know. But it leaves sometimes like a dusty bit over it. And then you just shine it up. And it comes out brilliant. Oh, that's all right, Deborah. It's a long time ago, but she's always in my thoughts, you know, and so are her family and whatever. So it's just, that's why I raise money for breast cancer quite a lot of the time. Normally that's my charity of choice. Oh, I didn't put any glitzy bits on here. Hang on, I didn't finish this one off. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Life happens and stuff happens. You can't really, you can never be sure. That's, I think, what I took out from that. So you need to make sure that you tell the people you love that you love them, and help people around you to have some quality time, because everybody deserves a little bit of quality time. So that's kind of my mantra. Everyone deserves a bit of quality time when you're not running around like a headless chicken, and you can just breathe. And card making does that. Of course, we don't breathe very much when we come to class, and then we're laughing and giggling so much that sometimes it's hard to breathe. I will say that does happen occasionally too. But that's a good laugh, you know. That's good to laugh. It's really good for you, for the soul, to laugh a lot. So I have to say, I think our souls are in very good state, the amount of laughing that we do. And caring for each other, the support and everything that this group gives to each other is amazing. So yeah, all my customers are fabulous, and all my crafty Stampin' Up demo friends, you're all amazing too. I think there's something about being creative that makes maybe kinder people, I don't know, but it seems to work. Seems to be true. Okay, here we go. Now, how long have I been going on for? Oh, I've got to watch the time. I've got customers popping round to pick up some orders, so I can't be on here too long. Plus, I did only want to do a few. I only wanted to do a couple just to show you, but I've done 4. But I think that's nice. Well, I will have done by the time I finish this. Now, I also have in my stuff, I've got a massive stash of cards, massive, from like years of cards that I've made and stuff. So this month I'm adding an extra special. So my Treats on Tuesday peeps will hear about it tomorrow, but as a special exclusive, maybe I'll tell you now. If you order over 50 quid, you get an extra 5 cards handmade by me in your packets, in your thank you packets, as well as all the other stuff that you get from me for ordering through me. So a share of host rewards if it's over £25, and you know, all the other stuff that I give away. So that's just maybe something to think about if you want to do that, really, because I want to give them away. I'm going to give some to the church. I'm going to give some to the local hospital as well, you know, because we do that as well, don't we, sometimes? So I thought I'd give some to the local hospital too. What do we think? Put a little poinsettia. I don't know, that seems a bit small now. Maybe we should be making those bigger. Oh, we've got this one. What's this one? Here we go. This is a nice one. So we've got this one and this one. So yes, so if you're interested in that, I'm doing that too. It's just an extra thing at the moment. Let's have a look. Even us crazy ones in the States. The crazy ones in the States are the best. You guys are amazing. You're always up there. Chocky biscuit, nice ones I wouldn't buy myself. Okay, Sheila, I have no idea what you're talking about there. I'm just going to assume that you do and that you're happy, knowing that you're talking about something. Either that or you're typing on 2 messages at the same time. I do that sometimes, and it gets all kinds of random messages. What about that? Do you think that looks okay? I think that looks all right, actually. I'm just making this up as I go along because I've got nothing to follow on this one. Right, where's my glue dots? Here we go. Let's stick a couple of glue dots on there. Because these are strong, these glue dots. You might not think it, but they are. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on too. So, oops. So this one, maybe we'll move it down a smidge to sort of there-ish. And then, see, if they do it with the photograph, they put it behind the gold again, which I really like, with this red showing through. So that's always something else you can think about. But I thought if I put it literally down there, it's going to be very blank above. So could you decoupage the poinsettias? I probably could, you know. Yeah, I could probably put a couple on. But I don't know if I don't know how many it would leave me for the rest of them. I mean, I get a fair old whack. And look at that. That's got to be more than 15 cards worth, isn't it? So yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do some of those. So we could add like a middling size one, you think? We could add a middling size one, or actually we could just cut out the big one, like you say, and do it proper decoupage style. Decoupage style. Oh, a friend just arrived with chockies and a card, and the other friend gives me chocky biscuits, cake and popcorn. Wow. Are you calling... I think, oh, your bed's calling you. Have a nice sleep, Lisa Jane. You take care. Right, so let's just do these. Let's just do these then. Cut the leaves out. We'll just do... So, in case you're wondering what on earth is she doing, I'm following Bev's suggestion. And we're going to decoupage these up. So decoupage is the idea that you have exactly the same images and you just layer them one on top of the other. So that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to layer, and it just gives some extra height. So we're going to layer just the flowers. I'm leaving the white bits because the white bits will be there underneath. so there's no point in cutting them off because they'll be there anyway. There we go. We can curl these ones like so, and then when we attach this on top, see, we're gonna put that up. It will have some height and depth to the flower. Yeah, that's right. So where would we put that then, Bev? Maybe we put that on here. Do we think? We put that this side. Season's greetings. A little bit of thingy, like so. Or do you think we need to have this? See, it kind of, I feel like it kind of needs to be on this side then to match that. That looks nice though, doesn't it? That looks all right. Okay, so we'll put this one flat because we're going to decoupage the other bit. I like it when you give me ideas, guys, so keep it coming. Oops, probably don't need 3, but I'm in the mood for 3s. So we'll do this. Because you can do all kinds of things with these kits. I just think they're great. So it works out, what, £2 a card, roughly, give or take an Oz. And then you get left with an entire set of stamps, a little ink spot, yeah, and a block. That's not bad, is it, really? It's not bad. Because there's no way you'd spend less than £2 a card for a handmade card in a shop. I know, because Sean tells me, do you know how much I have to buy a card, I have to spend for your cards? I have told him he could come and make one if he wanted to, but so far he has declined the offer. But he does, you know, say to me, you don't realise how much cards cost in shops unless you actually go and look. And of course I haven't been and looked for donkey's years. So he's my little shop teller. And, you know, that is an amazing amount of money to spend, that £4 or £5 or whatever they spend on a card in a shop. So to be able to make your own and personalise it for £2 something a card, I think is pretty good. And of course you end up with a hobby, and you end up with a set of card materials that you can then use ongoing for next year's cards too. I didn't want to hide those berries. I want to make that somehow. Oh, let's see, can I get it off? Can I get it off? Yeah, I can get it off. Right, let's see, how can I get that so I... Or maybe that way. And we'll hide a leaf instead. That way. Oh, we could put it up like that, couldn't we? That would work. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. Right. And friends. Exactly, Bev. We do. We end up with friends too, whether or not we really wanted them or not. Now, if you're worried about your, if you're worried about this bit flapping, you can always stick a glue dot on that end, just in case you're worried, like so. And then that will stick, and then the other bits will be, yeah, stuck it to that now, come on. The other bits will be stuck down with the dimensionals. Oh, I like that. That's a good idea, that, Bev. Look at that. And then we'll finish off with some glue, some sparkly dots. There we are. See, so even when you're not following the designs, you can come up with some great things. Is that enough gold left for you, Jane? I think so. I think it looks good. Okay. I like that. So do it like that. You could put a gold one in the middle of that, or you could add some Winkestella, or you could add all kinds of different things. You can really go to town. We still have all these dimensionals left. I may have over-egged it on the dimensionals. You might want to add some extra dimensionals into your basket, but you get 300 in a pack, so it's not like you're going to use all of them. So you would then be able to use them for the next project. I've still got all these left over, so let's put those away before I lose them. And then I'll get all my cards and we'll have a bit of a show and tell. I'll show them and you can tell me what you think. See what I did there? Oh, I'm in a funny mood today. Can you tell? It's Monday. Right. And then later on I'm meeting someone to talk about my website, how to bring it into the 21st century, which would be lovely. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. There we go. Ta-da. And you've still got your ink spot, of course. Let's not forget that. Now, here we go. So, move my mouse mat out of the way a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look how shiny they are. I'm trying to find a spot that's not too shiny, but I don't think I can do it. I think they're nice. I think they're pretty. I mean, they're quite traditional in the sense that it's poinsettias, it's gold, it's red, it's green. But I like that. And the fact that you can jazz it up with your own photographs is really cool. So there you go. So that is the Joy of Sharing card kit. Okay. And it comes with instructions. So, you know, if you're not watching this, or if you've watched this and then you can't find it again, and, you know, this, that and the other, and it comes with instructions. So don't panic about that. And the code for that is 153650. Okay, so pop that in your basket and add host code EUEUX9HJ. Sounds like something at the opticians, but honestly, it just means that you'll be added to my host order, okay, with me as the host, and then at the end of the month I close it all together, and then I get host rewards, which I split between anyone who's spent over £25. So if you buy that kit, you will automatically qualify. Thank you, Karen. I know I've just been messing around with the kit, and we've had some additional input. I like this decoupage one. It's nice. And I think you're going to have loads left over from this kit, actually. I don't think it's going to finish up at all soon. Thank you, Margaret. Ah, thanks, Bev. No, that's good. If you've got inspiration with some of the stuff you've already got, that's even better. So, yeah, I think they're just nice things. But I just wanted to show you that they're quite easy for newbies as well as seasoned crafters. You must have a think and tell me what you think, whether you are a avid or a sort of as and when. Do you craft every day? All that kind of stuff. Let me know. It's nice to know. I'm so nosy. But anyway, so that was Moody Monday. I hope I have picked you up a little bit. Even if you couldn't craft along yourself, at least you could watch me crafting, and hopefully that's cheered you up a little bit. And we've talked about Christmas because it is only 16 weeks to go. Just saying, 16 weeks. So if you get on with it now, then it's not a rush. That's what I always say to everyone. Do it now. Don't be rushing later. And then you've got some lovely, really nice thick envelopes to go with it. So they'll go out. Standard letter, I would imagine. Yes, not going to be a large. That'll be perfect. They're still making face masks, Bev. Honestly, you need to be selling your cards. That's what you need to be doing. Saying, now you've had a face mask. Now you've still met all these people that you've been out and about with your face mask on. Now you need to send them all Christmas cards. So why don't you come and see me about Christmas cards? But yeah, I hope you get back to crafting soon. Well, at least you will. At least you will for October, which will be fun. So, see, Jane didn't look at the kit because of the photos. Yeah, see, and you could, I mean, I've just used what's in the kit, Jane, but, you know, you have stuff at home. You could cut a piece of paper that size, you know, some of the beautiful Christmas papers, for example. You could cut that and put that behind. That would look lovely. In fact, I have one which I'm tempted to try out. I might try that out next time. But yes, so something to go behind the gold piece that's not a photograph would also, I think, look just as lovely. So there's options, you know. Definitely options with this kit. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now. Have a lovely week. I will see you again, same time, same place, back here. And I will, yeah, tartan. Excellent, Bev. Yeah, tartan would look fab. Oh, I know somebody would love a bit of tartan behind one of these. Definitely. Yeah, that's a great idea. And we've got lots of tartan in our papers this year. So that would be a good idea. So yeah, so have a think, see what you think. Let me know if you want to buy anything. And as I say, host code and all of that stuff. And don't forget, if you fancy coming to the Christmas retreat, it's now all online for £229. All online for £229. It's almost like my bingo calling. Oh, Did I mention the word bingo? Anyway, have a lovely weekend. No, not weekend. We've had a weekend. Have a lovely week ahead is what I meant to say. And I will see you all here again next week. Same place, same time. See you soon. Bye.